Hello everyone and welcome to another Schnorgly Jorkson's Guide video. In this video we'll be talking about the changes to the Tempest 1A. This is the Tempest with only machine guns, no cannons. It's the lowest level Tempest. It's an Era 2 plane. And a lot of people are concerned that it was moved to Era 2 because it seems very OP by the stats. And of course, if it was the same Typhoon that it was before, it would be quite OP, and if it had that sort of matchmaking, it would also be quite powerful. Unfortunately, there are some new problems with the Typhoon. One is overheating, and the other one, as you'll see in a moment here, is its inability to pull up at high speeds. This is one of the first games I played with it, and I learned very quickly that you cannot be going too fast with it. If you're going, it's around between 550 kilometers per hour and 600 kilometers per hour that you just almost lose all ability to pull up. If you have a lot of altitude, of course, you can still pull up eventually and get out of a dive and be fine. But if you're anywhere near the ground, you want to be very careful about your speed. And also, if you need to pull a maneuver to get behind someone, it's very, very difficult if you're going 600 kilometers per hour or around 600 kilometers per hour. This makes this plane a lot less of a boom and zoom plane and a lot more of a turn fighter. Unfortunately, with the ranking it's been changed to, a lot of the planes that it will be going up against actually turn better than it does. So you'll have to be playing as an energy fighter instead of a turn fighter, and an energy fighter instead of a boom and zoom. Of course, you do not climb as well as most of the planes on your tier. You do not turn as well as most of the planes on your tier, and you also have controls that lock up very easily. So, despite your rated top speed being 655, you really can't go that fast. You can't turn all that well, and this plane has been nerfed into the ground, in my opinion. That being said, you can still energy fight with it. As you can see, I just took out this MC202 by energy fighting with him, and also just being patient, waiting for him to go on another ally, and then getting behind him. This is another game against the BF-109, and the good thing about the BF-109s that are past, if they are the F8 or pretty much any German plane higher rank than the F8, the BF-109 F8, you can outturn them still, which is great. And you'll see that I even outturned this F1 here, just because I have a little bit of an advantage on him from the start. Of course, you want to be watching above you and behind you all the time with this plane. Watch your radar, because these 109s are going to come in from above a lot of the time. Still, even though their climb rate was nerfed, and they also have elevator lockup, just like the Typhoon does at high speed. Even so, they'll still be above you, and you still need to pay very close attention to what they're doing. As you can see here, I wait for him to turn towards me, and then I nose down just a little bit, gain up some speed, and then I turn past him in order to try to make him not be able to get a shot. Of course, he was going too slow to even have any attempt at getting a shot, which is probably good because I was not going quite fast enough to properly avoid a shot there. You should be going a little faster than that, maybe 300 kilometers per hour. Now I'm behind him, of course, and he's going to try to just outturn me. He should have probably done something like a split S, and I happened to get some hits on him on his flat turn that was against me, and at that point he pretty much couldn't turn with me anymore because he was slightly damaged, or at least that's what I figured, and then I just forgot about energy fighting and wanted to get on a 6 and shoot him down, which is exactly what happened. He pulled up into a climb, but of course the Typhoon is a very heavy plane, so it does retain energy fairly well. And I was able to just get right on a 6 and do critical damage to him, and now it's just a matter of cleaning up. When you're cleaning up planes like this, it can take a lot of ammo, So you want to be careful, you want to get close into your convergence, which I still have around 250 meters, and just conserve as much ammo as you can, because you're going to run out of that stuff fast. And in the next engagement, you can see that I will get behind a guy and I will put a lot of bullets into him, and he will fly away just fine. I believe he eventually crashes, but just you need to conserve ammo with this plane, because sometimes you'll get kills very quickly with it, and sometimes it will take you forever to get kills. As you can see here, I'm flying around looking for enemies. I finally find somebody, and I immediately turn back towards them. As you can see, I am managing my throttle very carefully. If I am above someone, I will cut my throttle as I dive towards them. Number one reason is because you want to kill your speed, because you don't want to overshoot them or have your controls lock up and you just plummet towards the ground a kilometer more than you want to. And the other reason is that it will cool down your water so that you can use wet when you actually get on their six and need to hunt them down or something like that. So try to manage your heat well. Don't get too much, and try to take your engine down to an idle speed any chance you get before an engagement. Of course, here I don't have much opportunity because these guys are fairly near my altitude, and I'm going to go straight onto them to try to assist my ally before he gets shot down. Another thing to remember about with this plane is that you don't want to leave yourself open to attack, because you have big wings, you're a very easy target. A lot of times it will hold up to damage very well, but sometimes it won't. Here you can see that I went for the second target. The other guy was actually closer to me, and I could have got onto him very easily, but I wanted to get this guy because he was attacking my ally. And that's priority number one right now for me, is to protect my allies. And as you can see here, he gives me a nice deflection shot. Unfortunately for me, the instructor kind of messes with my plane and makes me do a little rollover. That is good, however, because it does limit my speed and make it so I don't lock up my controls going straight down. And now I have a good shot on him, right behind him, and I can just take him out easy. At this point, he's fairly critically damaged, and I pretty much have the kill just as long as my Spitfire gets out of the way of him. It should be fine. So from here on out, I just hunt him down and kill him until I run out of ammo. The next battle is the battle on the Britain map. I don't know what to say about this map. How you get matched is usually against the F1s, F2s, the E3s, the E1s. The E's will outclimb you, they will outturn you, they don't retain their energy as well as you do, but considering you cannot really get up to a very high speed without having all your control surfaces locked up, it's really difficult to play against Germany, and especially on this map where they spawn basically about 2 kilometers above you in the advantage. And that's if it's one-on-one with an enemy 2 kilometers above you. That's not so much of a big deal, but in this map, their entire team spawns 2 kilometers above your entire team. And that means that they can boom and zoom your team very easily, and if you even get on one of them at any point in time, all of their allies can respawn very easily. Here you can see this guy did actually not climb really at all, so he's still at my level somehow. So I'm going to attack him, and you'll see that his allies come quickly to help. Of course, I need to energy fight this guy, and he's also trying to energy fight me a little bit, but he missed his head on, so it's taken us a little while to even get into a normal energy fight. Of course, this guy overshoots me. I'm, of course, watching my radar, so I did get hit by him. I hit him a little bit, and of course I know that there's going to be other enemies on me quite quickly, so I turn away. Again, this is a really difficult map, and I really feel like you have to outplay your enemy. You have to be a vastly superior pilot, because Gaijin just did such a terrible job of balancing this map. Pretty much anyone who has any sort of concept of balancing should know right away that this map is terrible. But this is what Gaijin gives us, so this is what we have to play with. Unless I want to quit the map whenever I get into it. As you can see here, an E3 is now turn fighting with me, which is fine for him, because turn fighting in E3, you can actually beat a Typhoon if you have the similar upgrades. Of course, I'm going to try to go into a little bit of an energy fight. I'm going to do some high yo-yos, try to get an energy advantage over him, and instead of doing what he should have done, he went down and lost a bunch of energy, went back up, got some more energy, but he doesn't retain his energy as well, so I'm going to come around and be on a 6 right here. Of course, I can't really stay on a 6 very easily, especially with other people booming and zooming me, but as long as I'm in a tight turn, I won't be an easy target. That's why I turned off of him right now. If I would have kept going on him, I would have been an easy target for the 2 other guys. So I really know that this is just not an option for me. Of course, this guy behind me overshot me. I'm going to look up, because I saw this guy on radar, and try to dodge him, and then set myself up into a position to get somebody else. As you can see, I don't ever want to hang up in a high yo-yo too long. If you stall out with this thing, you're just a complete sitting duck to get through these BF-109s, especially with their cannons and their excellent roll rate. But after a lot of patience, I finally get into a good position against this guy, basically because of his negligence, not paying attention to where I was, not caring about where I was, and I was able to get in close behind him and take him out. And as you can see, the next guy is going straight up, just waited for my advantageous position, and took him out. Of course, he's not dead yet, but he's pretty much out of the fight at this point. As you can see, I got my landing flaps on here. I wanted some more maneuverability. You don't want to stall out and be a sitting duck, and that will, raising your flaps will actually, or lowering your flaps will actually give you a little bit more maneuverability. You can actually turn in some direction instead of just falling straight down for a longer period of time. And here I'm going to just finish this guy off, or try to. I'm going to put up my flaps so I don't overshoot him, because I don't want to give him an easy target. A lot of pilots will just fly right past the enemy, and even though he's critically damaged and can hardly aim, he'll get a lucky shot off on him. I don't want that to happen. So there's the guide, and I hope you enjoyed it and learned something about the new Tempest changes. Practice is playing a lot. It's going to take a lot of practice. It is a hard plane to play now. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you liked it. Bye.